but nobody is here at the moment. So I have the whole thing muted. Hold on, so unmute, mute, no, no. All right, let's see. It should be going on now. It says here two waiting. What's going on with this video? The video. Why is the video? It's the video was now. Today is now. Okay. Unmute. Unmute the microphone. We're not going to be able to cut this because it is live. Can you cut things in YouTube? You should be able to. At least I believe so. I don't know. Hello? Alright, so anyways, I'm still waiting for the other people. Okay, oh, Arcane has showed up. Hold on, I'm gonna bring him in. Okay, hey, we have our guest Arcane here. He showed up before the other before the other folks did. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Okay, great. So yeah, we have you sent me the link so we can add you to the description, and then people will know who you are, and then hopefully you don't get doxxed, and that's the plan. All right, that
Hopefully.
sound good?
This sounds good.
All right, cool. So what did you want to talk about? We have a list of topics, but until Taze and Collector get here, we're not going to be able to really do much about that.
You said that, well, you sent me two websites we were going to talk about.
Yeah,
In the
I
description,
sent you a couple of websites. You know, those websites were websites I used to go to, but I don't go to them anymore because I don't. I think one just basically got taken over by bots, and then the other one basically just became a streaming website for Korean dramas.
I see. So, what's the connection?
Oh, well, today's topic is lolly entrepreneurs because the actual person who started Soompi is this 14-year-old girl named Soompi, and like, you know, people are like, "Hey, why is that a person who's 14 able to make a streaming website?" And that was actually something that everybody on Juice and Lee was kind of dunking on them for. But then they didn't know that years later it would become this successful Korean drama streaming website. And it's like, how is this possible that like someone can actually do that? Hold on, I'm still
Yeah.
editing the description here, so I'm just going to do this. Blah. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, got it. All right, so I don't know what else we need to do here. Hold on. Why are these folks not in? What's going on here?
I hate to be unprofessional, but are we on? Because I'm at the YouTube page and it says still waiting for business boys.
I don't know what's going on here. Hold on. I started the stream, but then it says live, and then what is going on here? I started the stream. Okay, yeah, okay, it's working. Hold on. But it's a different page. Okay, I think they had like a duplicate page. Okay, here's the real page. Alright, I don't know why they gave me a fake page to go with, but yeah. I'll post it in the announcement. Yeah, they just made like a second one that was like a fake URL. So yeah, we're live. We're just on a different one. For some reason, the one that
Okay.
was scheduled was not the one that ended up being real. So let's see if we can just delete this other one. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And then we're live now. And then we have our little image here. It's in the background. Okay, yeah. There you go. You're in? Okay. We have the other guy here. What are you doing? Okay. So hold on one second. Okay. You know, just drag your name into the thing. Hey, Taze, are you ready or are you still getting ready? Hello? Okay, we're gonna put him in the ready up room until he's ready. Alright, I'm sorry about that. We just had a little bit of a hiccup there. So yeah, that was Juice and Lee versus Soompi. Basically the way that that worked was the Soompi website would have people replying to these different threads. We actually made a test thread at one point to kind of test the audience and see how self-aware they were. And we had a question saying, "Do you usually read the entire thread before replying, or do you just kind of read like the first thread response and then just like reply to that?" And then people usually just said, "No, we just read like the beginning part and then reply to that." And then it's not really like people are having a discussion where they talk to each other, but rather it's like they're kind of someone says something and then everybody responds to that one person, and the initial poster probably doesn't read the responses anyway. So that's this website that became successful. The other website that got unsuccessful was a website that just had people talking and engaging in like discussions on various topics. And as we've learned, that's not the way to run a website. You don't want to have on-topic discussions that like have like some kind of coherence and some kind of back and forth between the people who are engaging with each other. What you want is someone who says something, other people who don't really pay attention to what's going on, and then just saying something back. And then nobody listens to anybody, and then that's the secret to success for Korean dramas.
Right. So delete Discord. Is that what
Yeah,
you're trying to tell me?
Um, well, that's one option. Like for one thing, like if you can look at our Discord channel, I did employ like several bots, and none of them are really doing what I'm trying to get them to do. So that's a big problem.
Yeah.
All right. So, did you have other things that you wanted to talk about? I think that we had mentioned some other topics before. Um,
Well, in terms of okay, so the 14-year-old who made the website,
Oh yeah, I'm pretty
did
sure
she
she's
make
not
it
14
all?
anymore, but
Yeah.
she's 14 still. Like in my mind, it's like still a 14-year-old that somehow made a successful website. Um, but yeah, it's just like probably like a decade ago. So
Okay. Did she make it entirely on her own, and how long did it take to become successful?
I have no idea. Well, I don't know when it became successful. I just know that it became successful at some point, probably around the time that streaming websites became like something that you could do. So 2007 maybe was like when like it started becoming more implementable. So I'm guessing maybe around 2009, 10, or 13, something like that.
I see. Because I made my website, The Unsocial Network, when I was 16,
Oh, okay.
and I'm not successful, so. But even then, I don't think it's that out of a question for young people to make a successful website. It's not that difficult to put together, I don't think.
Interesting. Okay, so Tay says that he's not able to hear us, and I'm not able to hear him. Like he's talking apparently, but we're not hearing anything he's saying. I see him lighting up.
Is is he on the browser?
I don't know. Maybe he's on the browser. Is it something that causes problems when you use a
Yeah,
browser?
if you do Discord on your browser and you do voice chat, you can't hear anyone else and they can't hear you, but the green circle still flashes. It's a bizarre disconnect that's never been fixed on my time on this website.
I think I've used it before though, like the web version of Discord. I mean, and it had some kind of functionality. I don't think there was something like all right, well, I mean, if it doesn't work yet, can you get on the app or do you have on your phone? Does the phone work? Like the phone app works, right? I'm pretty sure that
Phone app should work, yeah.
yeah. So anyways, let's see if we can get him in here. So we've explained what this channel is about. So our channel is kind of like, well, we kind of got off topic last episode because we had Munchie on, and he's more of like a main character. Munchie's like a main character in the PCP, and we kind of just he's a bit younger, so we were able to lure him into our channel, which is more like an internet van using like basically an internet candy. So that was how we did that last episode. So moving forward, what we wanted is to have more of a focus on like kind of like Teen Titans. We're like the Teen Titans of YouTube. That's a cartoon that had Robin and like a league or something like Justice Council for sidekicks, and everybody's like a sidekick.
Right.
That's as I understand that show how it goes. So eventually, we want to have a show where we get like Sean, the audio engineer, maybe get Zidane and like Dewey Donovan or something, and then have all those folks that are like the sidekick characters there and talk to people.
Yo, I'm on.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
yeah, we can hear you now. What happened?
Yeah, I was trying to set it up on my work computer, and just because of being like a fucking corporate laptop that's locked down, I don't think it was giving me basically issues. So now I'm on my phone. I'm in an office. I'm charging it, and I'm on, and that's what matters.
Yeah, that is what matters. So yeah, using the okay, using the
You
work
just
computer.
leave.
I was testing the Discord and I clicked ready up by accident and now I'm back here. So yeah, that's always a good idea. That was a strategy that was employed by Asterios Kokonos for a long time until he got sued and then his company also got sued and then he got fired from his company. But as long as we don't piss off Maddox, we should be good to go and not worry about getting sued for $20 million for stuff.
Yeah. Don't sue me for being a sidekick on a podcast. Anyways, the original description then said something about how YouTube was down on Tuesday.
Yeah, YouTube was
Uh,
down on Tuesday for like a certain amount of time. People, I don't know if anyone's taken credit for it yet, but people still are speculating on that.
right, you kind of pulled the rug from under my feet because I don't know anything about that. Is the idea that YouTube got hacked, or was there an internal error,
I'm
or
guessing
are we
internal
speculating?
error. Yeah, my guess is probably it was an internal error. So what happened was YouTube was just worldwide or so unaccessible for a good chunk of people. And what happened with that was that people thought, oh, maybe YouTube got hacked or YouTube got destroyed or something. But then that ended up getting fixed. So we don't really
Hey,
know.
Right.
can we do introductions?
Yeah, I
People aren't seen
introduced the
it.
show,
Mhm.
which is basically like the Internet Teen Titans. You can introduce yourself. People know who I am already, probably.
Yep, I'm Taze. I was supposed to be in the first recorded episode, but uh, I mean, before the first episode, we basically had talks, right? We had, I think they were recorded as well, but they were kind of our episode zeros. We were talking, like we're talking now, and here I am. This is, I would say, what episode? I would say around 3 or 4.
Yeah. So
But
this is
who's counting?
episode 3, and what we're going to do today is actually we're going to do something very special, which is we're going to register for our business Twitter account. So we're going to have like a corporate Twitter account that and we're going to register this live. And this is how we're doing it. We're going to do something like that. And so if you look at this screen here, we just got this like let's make it bigger. We got like Twitter
Yeah,
up there, and we're going to register for Twitter, and we're going
you
to
got
need
me
an
on the
email too.
wrong episode because I usually get banned from Twitter.
What do you do that gets you banned from Twitter? I mean, Twitter's like so easy to use.
I added Khloe Kardashian and called her a dumb skank who can't even spell her own name right, and then Twitter just deleted me.
Interesting. That's cool. Oh wow, I can just make it invisible. Hey, look at that. So yeah, I got the floating box active. So yeah, we can talk about getting banned from Twitter. You can go ahead and re-add Khloe Kardashian if you like. Actually, I'm going to have to also register for an email, so I'm going to go ahead and do that as well.
Right.
Yeah, so we're going to have an email and we're going to have a Twitter, and we're going to use this as our brand outreach platform because a lot of companies like to advertise on Twitter and stuff like that. We're going to see if we can get that done for free, and if we can't, then we'll figure something else out. How about you, Taze? What are you thinking right now? You are introducing yourself as the guy who was here episode 0, episode 1. I can't get the Yandex for some reason. And that was going to be my choice because, Yandex is a good Russian website that has email hosting and all of that stuff. And we already have like some paid Russian audience members that are late for duty, but they should show up soon.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Um, Well, I was kind of wondering who Arcane is.
Oh, Arcane is a guy from
Oh,
last week who
yeah.
wanted to be a guest, so he wanted to come on here. He's a
Oh,
developer of a
okay.
website, the Unsocial Network, and
The
would you like to
unsocial.
talk about that website a little bit? Because we were talking about some
Right.
We're
websites
giving it
here.
a shout out.
It's uh it's a review website where I review things that you probably shouldn't review, like the sun and uh, websites that no one reads, like crazythoughts.com.
Oh yeah,
Uh, it's,
Cool.
by the way, I added Khloe Kardashian again, so we'll see how long my Twitter lasts. But I started it. It originally started out as a web page I made at the library
oh okay.
to learn how to code in HTML when I was 15.
Hmm.
And I wrote about Comic Sans and how Comic Sans just looks really silly. And
Oh
I
yeah.
decided I needed to take this page and share it with everyone.
Oh okay.
1 second. Let me get to my website so I can share the pages that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started out with Comic Sans, which I will put. Does your chat work?
Yeah, it probably
No,
works.
I can't.
You could give it a shot. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't.
Well, someone's posted something, but I don't see. I'll just put in the Discord.
Oh okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Comic Sans was the first one, and then the next one I wrote was the Sun, which that got some attention. But people started finding my website when I didn't write about something dumb, and I wrote about a video game. And since then, I have done a mix of things no one cares about, like the letter H.
Oh, the letter H. That's a very important
Yes,
letter.
yes, one of those.
It's also very international now because you see we have that being used for various different things to identify things. Comic Sans is the worst font of all time. Look at this. The truth about Comic Sans. That's very good actually. Look at this. Stupid. Even Doors hate it. Please keep the doors. Please don't use Comic Sans. Oh wow, this reminds me of one time when I was in school and I had a web page coding project to do. So we had to do a review of a movie.
Yes.
I couldn't think of a movie to do, so I ended up reviewing Bible Black, and I just took some screenshots from that show and just threw it up there, and did the
How did you not
character,
get banned?
yeah, character development and stuff like that. I kept the whole thing safe for work, so it was all good. That's basically the way you got to
Cool.
do it.
Yeah, I'm on my work network right now, and no way in hell I'm gonna do that.
Oh no, that website's not up anymore. That was like a school website, so I don't think the
Mhm.
hosting is going to be like permanent. So there is that. Um,
Yeah, I was telling you, most I've done like way back when is like draw manga and try to like create a web comic. Because we were talking about Mega Tokyo, remember? If anyone listening remembers that.
no, we
That's a
didn't air the
webcomic,
previous
right?
episode, so no one remembers it. That's the
We didn't even hear the episodes. We're referring to episodes that no one will listen to. For
yeah,
now. For now.
basically, it's an episode that no one's gonna know, so no one knows what you're
Okay.
talking about.
Okay, so to the ether that is a universe that heard our first episode.
Okay.
Um basically like as a kid I was into webcomics like and now holy shit like webcomics now are huge. Like everyone has like their own webcomic now, but back then it was like two main ones. It was like Penny Arcade and for me it was Mega Tokyo.
Hmm.
And from then on me and like two other friends started drawing manga and we got up to like I would say like five uh not even chapters, like 5 pages. And I think we kind of just all decided to give up on it, but essentially it was just like us trying to make a webcomic about like a rogue, a warrior, and like a mage, and it would be set in fantasy setting,
Uh-huh.
which is essentially what this other comic is. The can't remember the exact name, but the really funny one. But basically, it just makes fun of the whole trope of medieval stuff.
Oh, okay.
But
The medieval times. It was. You mean like Army of Darkness? I think Munchie did a
I
review of
think
that.
that's it. Yeah.
Uh, Right. So Twitter is just giving us some nonsense. It's not really liking us very much right now. But who probably didn't hack down YouTube? I'm guessing it's most likely not this Project Zorgo guy. Hold on a second. Project Zorgo. If you look at the screen, looking for this Project Zorgo, it's this like fake anonymous hacking, like, I guess, conglomerate, like, YouTube hacker group. They're trying to hack YouTube because it's a threat to traditional media. And when we talk about people who are the lapdogs of traditional media and those mega corporations, we always think of Anonymous and V for Vendetta and this Guy Fawkes mask. That's fairly interesting. I wanted to point that out because they seem to have absolutely nothing to do with the coming down of YouTube on Tuesday, even though they claim that that's what they're planning on doing. But their name is pretty good. Their branding is kind of on point. I'd say that they're edgier than Torgo because they start their name with a letter Z instead of a letter T, and it seems they have like a put together, like, screen where it looks like they can get the job done. They can really take care of the place while the master's away. And yeah, they have a lot of followers on Twitter, so they probably have some pretty good like SEO and like research outreach going on here. We could go actually send them out a tweet. Good job on Tuesday, but it didn't last. How do you spell it? Oh, get good. There we go. Yeah.
Get good. Gitgud. Get good.
Yeah. So there we have it. And
Did we just like are we trying to anger these guys on the internet who can hack into shits?
I
Is that
don't
what we're
think
doing?
that was the plan, but it
Oh,
could do.
okay.
All
Cool,
right.
cool, cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
My
So
information's out there anyway.
we just went ahead and gave them like some credit for something that they probably didn't do, but we'll see how people
Probably.
respond. If anyone is interested in contacting us on Twitter, you can go ahead and reach us on this Twitter website if it actually load. Um, at bboys. I didn't choose that username anyway, but apparently that's us, bboys. At
B
b
boys, can you spell it out? Can you spell
b
it out for
b
me?
o i z z z z z. Um,
That
uh,
it comes from
I
B
lost count.
boys.
it's five Z's.
Five Z's.
Five
B
Z's.
boy, five Z's, and
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so but
This
like
is.
also see if you look over here, we have one tweet over there, even though it's trying to yeah, okay, so there is that. Now, what this Project Zorgo actually is more of like a marketing strategy for a bunch of vloggers who do these staged prank videos, where they stage these pranks that no one would actually fall for at all, but that they pretend to fall for it, and it's like, oh, we did this prank and stuff. It's kind of like Blue's Clues. I guess they're geared towards children, so that was their whole plan. Because in real life, you wouldn't target a bunch of vloggers who do staged pranks as part of your plot to overthrow YouTube. That just doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, they're not targeting Jake Paul or PewDiePie or anything like that. So, you know, you wouldn't be able to do that. So yeah, we'll see what other media they have here. This is super edgy. We got to get Collector in so he can make a hot take about how edgy this looks over here because he likes commenting on edgy things. The only thing this guy is missing
Edgy.
is a mohawk and maybe some sunglasses that they need to like put over the Guy Fawkes mask to make it even edgier. That way it would be like that way you could really maximize the edge, and then that's how you can connect with the
You
kids.
never know who he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll never know who he
To-
is, but you know that he's edgy, and he can get with the kids because he's edgy like that, and he can skateboard and um and has a guitar. So yeah,
yeah, man.
that's
An acoustic guitar that he plays. What is it on? Wonderwall. Yeah.
Wonderwall. Yeah, why not? I don't know what Wonderwall is, but let's just go with it. So yeah, we
It's
had.
the song that every like college guitar guy plays in the middle of campus. Every college has one.
Oh, is that a
True.
recent thing? Because maybe I'm just not keeping up with the news.
No, it's just a trope. It's another like IRL trope.
Oh, okay. I mean, they started talking about like the IRL NPCs, which, according to the New York Times, is now an alt right meme. And there was a school that had a meme day where you could bring in memes, but they banned any like hate related ones. So they said no Pepe, no Red Pill, and no NPC. So
How do you dress up as a red pill meme?
I don't know. I guess if you like
How does
wear
one do
red,
that?
like wearing red might be a thing. Um,
Mhm.
yeah.
Where is sign that says Titanic was an inside job?
Oh,
That's a pretty good red pill.
yeah. I didn't I didn't even suspect it. I had no idea that that could even be a possibility. It was not on my radar at all. Um, all right, thank you, Niboe, for coming in along. We got a paid Russian viewer in the chat, so we know that we are on.
Welcome, paid Russian viewer.
Yeah, we are on point here. So I'm just gonna open
Yeah.
up another tab because we needed to talk about the. Okay, well, actually, we'll cover that later. We were gonna do some stock analysis or stock sniping because we're really only gonna cover one stock. But yeah, what were we talking about before I got sidetracked by everything that we talked about? Whether it was the Titanic or I'm also looking at your Comic Science website, and I actually thought that this was going to be like an alternative to Facebook, where it's like instead of adding people, maybe you just like you start off
You just
being
ignore them
friends
and
with
read
everyone,
reviews.
and then you unadd
Yeah.
people, and it's like the opposite of Facebook, where instead of like adding people you just unadd people you don't know, and because you start off with being friends with everyone, you just gotta go around rejecting people, and it's a thing that they do to really empower people. Oh yeah, we were talking about that meme. That's what we were talking about. So what I've come
That's
up
a
with,
really good idea, by the way.
yeah, what I've come up with is this like hypothesis that memes have like some kind of built-in like sunset clause, because it seems like eventually every meme becomes an alt-right hate-filled meme somehow. You know what I mean? So it's like whether a
Yeah.
meme seems innocuous or not, eventually it's going to be related to the alt-right and white supremacy and whatever. So I think that like this built-in like peaceful sunset clause that they have is something that memes just happen to have and is kind of unavoidable. So you will have to basically stay very current on your memes. So that you don't use an old one, because the older ones are the ones that are going to be associated with the alt right. I'm guessing that they're kind of like the people who are not cool because they're not up to date with the hip new memes. So as soon as they got wind of like the NPC meme, they started talking about that, and then everybody's like, "Nah, that meme's not cool anymore. We can't we that's bad, that's hate speech,"
Mhm.
because it's not so much that it's like it's this hateful, but like it's just not cool. It's lost all its cachet because these losers found out about it, and that's why it's not allowed anymore. This is like a meta trolling thing, a meta trolling tactic that these school administrators and the New York Times are both employing, which I think is kind of interesting. Um, and I really wonder how that's going to affect the Nintendo stock, because this Bowsette meme that has come up like a couple of weeks ago has
Oh yeah.
it's something that's kind of taken the world by storm, and I don't know how much it's faded out yet. So I don't think it's an alt right meme yet, but it might be in like a week or two. So we just have to take a look at Nintendo's stock and see how it's doing. So that's
Right. In the past, I'm on it right now. In the past 3 months, it's gone up 15%. Holy shit!
it's gone up 15%. All right, let
It's
me try
gone
to bring
up
that up on my
15%.
screen. So let's see. Let's go to like finance.yahoo.com. Is that the site that is
Oh,
the
I
most
just
accurate?
Google. Google doesn't know, dude.
Google, was it like what, stocks.google.com? Well, my
No, if you just
computer's.
Google Nintendo stock price, it'll give you.
Oh, okay.
Like
Oh,
it'll literally pop up in the search results. That's how I've been checking stock prices at work every single day.
oh, okay. So I guess I'll Google this and see how it comes up. We want to know how it does. So, oh, hey.
Yo,
So
I cannot be Googling Bowsette at work, but I
no,
have
no, don't
to.
worry. I got it on my screen right here. I'm googling the
Oh,
stock
okay.
price for Nintendo right now. So
Gotcha.
let's bring up the last month. I don't know when that meme dropped, but yeah, it's I'm guessing the meme has kind of expired, so I don't know if the outright found out about it, but it seems like
Already?
yeah, yeah. So like right now it's at 43.43 USD. but it was late September. It was at 46, so it dropped like $3. Maybe I can look up Know Your Meme and see if that knows, because like I know that like they're not really super up to date, but they might know. I think they at least put the date that the meme happened.
Dude, Bowsette is on Wikipedia. There's a
Oh,
Wikipedia page on Bowsette.
oh, okay. I mean, Encyclopedia Dramatica is probably like more accurate, but I don't think they usually put the date at which the first time the meme was posted or something like that.
Wait. But actually, though, so on the Wikipedia page, it says resembling the character Princess Peach, she was created by artist AYYK92 in a comic strip which she posted on DeviantArt, of course,
Hmm.
and Twitter on September 2018.
Oh, okay.
So about a month.
Interesting. All right. Well,
Which a month ago, September 18th.
September 18. Okay.
I'm
So,
trying. I'm going on the. I'm back on the for September
oh,
18th.
oh no, they only put the year. Okay, September 13th. September
Oh,
13th.
September 13th.
Nintendo
Oh,
Directs. Okay, that was when they released the trailer for something. So let's see. Like all
I
right.
said
So we
18 because of the year.
uh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. So let's take a look at this here. September 13th. We're gonna go over and take a look at. Let's bring this up to 6 months and see how that goes. So we want to take a look at how it did right after that. If my computer would work. See, I'd rather just share a window, but the thing is, my computer doesn't want to do that for some reason. So I have to do this instead, which is kind of annoying, but I guess it'll have to do for
It's all
now.
good. We'll explain it for the
All right, so
listeners
September
back at home.
14th, so yeah, the stock at September 14th, the stock was $42.60, and then it kind of just shot up.
Yup.
By early October, we were kind of balanced out a bit, and then I guess it turned into a hate speech alt right meme, mid October, and that's why it started going down. So hold on 1 second. This is our new meme economics stream sniping of Nintendo stock.
Yup.
Yeah, I think that my browser is really just about to crash because I don't know which website is really using up all my resources, but some of these tabs have got to go. So let's see here. Might even be Google. If it's Google, all right, maybe it's just the computer in
It's
general.
probably mine.
No, no, no. It's just not responding. So, um, yeah, we might have to abandon this thread where I'm showing my screen. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go back to our logo right there. That seems to be the best option. So yeah,
Yeah.
that is our plan. So we've covered a bunch of topics already. We analyzed our first stock. We set up a Twitter. We sent out our first tweet. Historic event right here. Um, I think one thing Chase wanted to talk about was reviewing the Financial Samurai. He's a guy who's like a business guy on the internet. Um, that might be something about that.
Yeah. I don't know anything about them.
Oh, okay. Taze, do you know if his website is safe for work? I think you might have cut out again. Hold on 1 second.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
He's
Oh yeah,
muted.
you. Yeah, so did
Oh.
you want to talk about the Financial Samurai? He was a guy who, I heard that he does business and he's a cool guy and all that other stuff.
Yeah. So basically, at work, instead of actually working, I've been trolling all these finance websites.
Oh,
The
okay.
Financial Samurai is pretty cool in that, well, basically, you have these whole slew of just financial websites where people talk about how to save money, finances. And the cool thing is, they run ads on their page and they get paid.
Hmm.
Um, my opinion on the Financial Samurai is that it's decent. But when you go on their website, it's just like filled with a lot of ads. Which is something that we could potentially do as well.
Hmm.
To get some income to fund this podcast.
Yeah.
But
So
Yeah.
he's one of those guys that actually gives good advice, and it's not one of those like websites on like these are some tricks to make some extra income, and then one of the tips is like work for Uber. It's like, oh yeah, of course if you get a second job you're gonna get more income. Like, but that was their
Yep.
suggestion. It's like, hey, did you know if you get a second job you'll make more money than you are making right now? No, I had no idea that you could get a second job and then be making more money. And it's saying like, oh, how else can you make more money? It's like, oh, if you work overtime, you'll get more. Working overtime, oh snap, that's like a new way to make money. Like all these ideas that they just
Yeah.
throw out there,
Yeah.
like, but they're all like stuff that people already know, and like they're trying to find an alternative to it, but they're pitching it as if this is the alternative, like saying like, hey,
Right.
this is a way you guys can save money or make money rather. The saving money thing is like probably another one. Like I think like they probably have like a website that says, oh, you can save money by using these methods, and then like one of the methods is like don't buy stuff, and then like another one is like use coupons when you buy stuff, and then they just like roll out like things, and then like you're saying like, okay, that's like 5 ways you can save money. Um, our title is not clickbaity enough. I think we need to make it more clickbaity. So we're going to do like the top five Twitter things that you can do to
Top
get on
five
Twitter.
ways of money.
Top 5 ways to get banned from Twitter.
Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
By
5 ways
the
to
way,
get.
if this guy loses his job, does he become the financial Ronin?
I guess he would be the financial Ronin if he lost his job because he doesn't have a master anymore.
It's true.
Yeah, man, financial
It
Ronin.
depends entirely on his degree. If you remove his masters,
You know how he would
out to the
not
light of
be.
day.
You know how he would not be the financial Ronin if we do it first. There we go. That's what we got to do. We stole this idea, uh, right from underneath him. See, if he had gotten fired faster, then he could have done that. But now it's something that we can do as long as we can implement it first. So we're just gonna go ahead and try to get on Twitter as soon as my computer unfreezes, and then I'll go ahead and make a tweet about it. And I think once you tweet something out, that counts as like you coming up with the idea, and then you actually have done it and you've published it or something like that. I don't know how valid that is, but it's probably valid enough.
I see.
What do you guys think?
Yeah. So the financial samurai is basically his top posts are basically clickbaits. How to get a rich man to be your boyfriend or husband,
Oh, okay.
and depending on the number of like replies that he gets, it ranks up higher.
Hmm. Oh, so that was a fairly useful, I guess, thing. I mean, it's fairly true, I suppose. It's like there was this one post where some woman was talking about it and saying like, how can I get like a rich husband? And she mentioned something about being like in her mid 20s or something like that. And then like some rich guy responded saying that like talking about how like her beauty was like a depreciating asset or something like that, and then that's why she's not worth marrying or something like that. And it
Yeah,
was
I
just like,
remember that one.
yeah,
Remember that one.
it was pretty brutal, but yeah, that's kind of rough. All right, so we're not going to stream our tweets live because for some reason we just can't do it. It's not in the cards. I opened up the website and it's saying like, oh, type your password, and I'm like, oh, do you really think I want to do that? No, I don't want to do that. That's terrible. Why would anybody want to do that? But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's
We
a
should
big hang
abolish
up.
passwords. They get in the way of our streams.
Yeah, it's getting in the way in the streams. It's causing big problems. It's interesting.
Be able to access any account from anywhere. Let's just be the CAA.
That's actually what this guy from MIT used to do. This Richard Stallman folk. He would always talk about how everything has to be free software. He was like kind of like a mixture of like libertarianism and communism, and told everybody his password for his login at school. I don't know if that was actually a good move from a security standpoint, but that was his way of doing things. This is
Yeah.
weird. For some reason. Alright, so we're just gonna say we forgot our password, and then we're going to go ahead and just like reset it. Because I think that ultimately it's not even about passwords anymore. It's about just like having access to your email, and then you just reset your email you reset your password every single time you log in, and then at that point it's just an email. So if someone can hack your email, then they hacked everything, didn't they?
That's right.
Yeah.
You email for every account.
Yeah.
The way
So
you're unhackable.
yeah, I guess it also wouldn't be like you wouldn't be able to get traced either. So yeah. I'm going to post a link to our live stream right now, right on Twitter. How about that? Join us in coming up with the best quick clickbait title ever.
Top 5 ways to be the financial Ronin.
Okay, we can do that too.
So we gotta get those views.
Yeah, we gotta get those views. Let's go ahead and like tweet at the. Oh, is that you, EpicMan50?
Yep, that's me.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we can go ahead and tweet you and say like, hey, you're the. Okay, we're just gonna retweet that. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, that sounds even better. All right, yeah, we'll give you a like, and then there you go. Yeah. Oh, and you got a sword
Oh
too.
yeah.
You know what? We just need to have like if we could get one of those like Snapchat filters for like a make it rain filter, and then just like have like all the dollar bills just like falling down like from there in front of the guy, and then like that would be good. Um, Interestingly enough, I think you could also make some kind of like a not really a business, more like an industry. So it's like multiple businesses where people are competing for customers, and ultimately the service that it revolves around is like a way of like, I guess, denigrating and celebrating women at the same time, and then people will be too confused as to whether or not it's offensive to actually take a stand, and then by the time that they figure it out, we could just like sell all the shares of any stock that we own, and then we don't have to worry about the fallout.
It's like Mr. Beast from YouTube, and where he donates money to Twitch streamers,
Oh, I
but he
actually
says
just
he's
found
giving
out
women
about him.
respect.
I found out about him like last week, actually. Yeah, where he was going around giving money to people,
And
and
he's like, I'm respecting these women. I'm gonna respect them all over their faces. And I'm gonna give them my massive respect.
okay, yeah, that's pretty
Where does he get
interesting.
the money from?
I don't know. I think he crowdsources it or something.
YouTube? No, YouTube.
Oh,
He
he
just
was
saw the views.
sponsored by Honey for that particular episode, the one where he gave money to the Twitch streamers. I think that's
Oh,
who
wait, really?
sponsored him. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh no 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 no! That wasn't that video. It was the video where he bought a bunch of lottery tickets. That he got sponsored by Honey, and basically they gave him money so that he could buy all these lottery tickets. Ultimately, he won a couple of them, but then he made a net loss of like a lot of money. So he basically lost like 90% of what he invested into the tickets. It's a poor investment choice, and I actually had read Elliot Rodgers' manifesto, and that was actually one of his strategies of trying to become rich. Was he would just buy a bunch of lottery tickets, but he didn't win the lottery, so that didn't work out very well for him. So,
I
yeah,
see. Not a
yeah,
good investment.
yeah. Elliot Rodgers is not a good role model. I would say that you'd probably not want to be like him. It's yeah. Some advice that I would give is don't be like that guy.
Yeah. You might crash your car.
Did he crash his
You
car?
try to be. Is that what happened?
He was a
Or
bad
did he
driver.
park the car first?
I think he probably was a bad driver too. Like bad at driving and bad at investing too. It was two skills that he had not really developed. So moving on, we had we talked about this guy, Financial Samurai. We came up with this new Financial Ronin. That's a very good character now that you can see on Twitter. It's a real Twitter account, so that's really good. Another website that I used to go to. So Taze talked about webcomics. One webcomic I read when I was a kid was the Hubert comic, which is about some alien that was obsessed with video games, and then he would somehow just get the powers from video game characters and then be able to do what they do in the video games. Then it kind of just ended up not doing not going anywhere, and it got stopped getting updated, and I don't think anything ever really got resolved. But that was interesting for a while. It had some like kind of like inside joke thing where it's mostly talking about emulators and stuff like that. This was back when emulators were getting big, and then you also had the "All Your Base Are Belong to Us" meme that came out.
Dude, yeah, dude, that was back in the day. That's our basically belongs to us. That what is it, StarCraft?
No, that was Zero Wing. I think it was Zero Wing, and it was a Sega Genesis video game that
Oh, that's right.
yeah, it had been poorly translated, but then what ended up happening was someone made a song. I think it was like the Gabber robots or whatever made a song about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was like another forum that I frequented, and it was way slower paced. And then eventually, the guy just stopped. He started getting involved in like making like a net battle app for Pokemon, and then the website Huber just
Yeah,
stopped getting updated. So
yeah. What I mean was, so that meme became like a not StarCraft, but Age of Empires, where
mhm.
it's a cheat code. If you type in "All your bases belong to us," then you automatically win the game if you're playing single player mode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So all of
Or
your
no, shit, no, now I'm getting confused. Is it IR Winner?
IR winner?
Damn it.
Um,
IR Winner is a cheat code that you would type into chat to automatically win the game, but
yeah,
I'm
it's
so
it's
sure
like
that all your
StarCraft
bases
where they
belong
had
to
like
us.
they had the different codes that you could type in for different effects. Um,
Yep, yep.
yeah,
Cheat code. I need
yeah,
to find words.
cheat code.
Empire Earth.
Yeah, I mean, like we haven't come
Empire
up with
Earth.
like some like IRL cheat codes because like now that we have the
Yeah.
NPCs, there should be like a cheat code for like the internet or not the internet, but for like real life, where you like have to
For
open up the command console. So I think that like that's what really Elon Musk is trying to do because he's kind of done it already in terms of like getting like government funding where he's basically just like getting free money, which is like so he's unlocked the show me the money code, but I suppose he's trying to get all the other ones too. So that's why he's always trying to, supposedly hack the simulation. So that's the Elon Musk and what he's planning on doing with his endeavors there. So another thing that is that there's this contest being held by the Rowdy Effers Cop Kers. There's too much profanity,
Yeah.
so I had to try to censor this. So we have to draw a family-owned business that does stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and like maybe try to bring up a live stream of us doing that. So you're going to have to try to carry the conversation for a little bit while I take care of this because this is very important. This is potentially going to get us some more funding, so that way we can get better bots that do a better job of moderating our Discord and shilling our content.
Shill, shill, shill.
Should get those bots to watch your YouTube videos.
Um, yes, watch the YouTube videos and refresh the pages so the view count goes up, and then also leave well thought out comments that people can relate to and that people find very inspiring. So that they would like instead of buying fortune cookies, they would just go to our website and watch our videos, and then they're like, oh, that was a good video. I wish I had the video equivalent of a dessert, and then they'd look at the comments and they'd be like, "Oh, look, isn't this is like having fortune cookies, where you can basically just have like a dessert that has these messages that give you life wisdom that you can use." All right, so I got the online drawing
Okay.
tool. If this loads up properly, then we should be able to get something going here. So let me see if we can just go ahead and bring this guy up here, bring it up to the speed of of what we need it to do. If it decides to load, if it doesn't load, then we'll just get out of it. But yeah, we're
What are you
investigating right now.
using?
We're using sketch.io/sketchpad,
I can see.
and I think I don't have enough resolution for this. So yeah, user guide, blah blah blah. I don't care. How do I get out of this? All right, so yeah, we're just gonna draw lines. I think we only have one tool available, so we're just gonna go ahead and draw like a mom and pop shop. I think we are gonna call it what should we call this store? We're gonna call it
Pop ZZZZ.
Pop ZZZ. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we could figure that out too. Let's see, we got different colors here. Um, yeah, okay, that's fine. And then, this is a little bit more robust than than the Microsoft Paint, but I don't really know. I don't really know what else I got to do. So this is kind of like a 3D render almost, where we have just house, a door. It's like a 3D representation of a 2D picture of a house. So you have to imagine that you're seeing this from the perspective of like you're over here,
Of
right?
its own
This line.
depth perception.
Yeah, so you're here. Imagine that you're here looking at this house, right? So this is a house that has been converted into like a family store, and my art skills are terrible. So we're going to try to make up for this horrible drawing by coming up with a more robust backstory, right? So we have to come up with a story of what was the guy's called? You know what? Let's call it Bob Vegan's vegan fish store, right? So he's a fishmonger who sells vegan fish, and the vegan fish has not been approved by the FDA yet. So they haven't really found out what's inside it. So that I guess that kind of violates the thing which is needed. So we'll just have a pipe that leads out to the back, and we'll say that this pipe, like, you can't see it, right? You can't see where it
Yeah.
leads to, but that pipe is very important because it's actually importing and or
Pumps
exporting
oil.
like a bunch of like questionable materials, right? Not questionable content. That
Raw
webcomic that
petrol.
that turned into like a kind of like the main author just like jacking off over his characters, but more like the questionable content where it's like, I don't know if this is good for the environment. I don't know if this is good for the customers. So that's what that pipe over there does. And all we got to do is just take a screenshot of this, and then what we're gonna do is we'll save that, and then once we're done with that, we'll send it over to I believe it was Ben Saint who needs it. Yeah, we should just send it to him, and then that'll be that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this into Paint. Tejas, can you entertain our guest for a bit while I go ahead and like
Yeah.
try to figure out something else out, because this is kind of a lot of things are going on right now, so I
Oh
can't
wait,
keep
what
track of it.
Yeah.
you're making like a new thing? You're trying to name something?
I
No,
have
what I'm
no
doing is
idea what you're making right now.
I'm
I can't see it.
I'm submitting the what is it called? The contest entry for um the
Oh, the business thing.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
you
yeah.
put on community service.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You put it in community service, was it?
Yeah, and the RCK server.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds good. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this ready. I'm going to go get this screenshot nice and prepped up, and then I'm going to send it over there and tag it with that hashtag. This is that very important hashtag. It's going to be a good way for us to raise capital for a business, upgrade the bots, upgrade the servers, even though we're not paying for the servers, but that's okay. So, then we go from there. So, let me just go ahead and save this in my Google Drive. That's where I like to keep everything. You can save this here. And then I'm just going to go into the other channel, go to community service. Where is community service?
It's between
Yeah,
playground and
playgrounds
flag referendum.
and waygrounds. So we can just go there, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab this. I'm talking as if everybody can see this, but no one can see it really. But it's
Yeah,
okay.
I have no idea what's up.
What is the hashtag
I'm
we
in a
needed to put
complete
in?
lost.
What was the hashtag?
Independent business, all caps.
Oh, all caps. Okay, hold on a second. Is there a
Yeah,
space or no?
there's a space.
Um, Business. Okay. Yeah, independent business. Upload. It says here upload failed. Wow. Right. So, yeah. So how's everybody doing today? It's a brand new hour is about to start. It's like, wow, this is terrible. This is like,
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
actually
Yeah.
so I'm actually doing pretty well considering how desolate it is out here.
hmm,
Uh,
interesting.
so Arcade, if you didn't know, I'm actually located in Dallas. I moved here a while ago,
They say,
and
what brought
recently,
you to Dallas?
Richardson, Dallas,
Yeah, but why did you move to Dallas?
for a job because it paid me money, or pays me
I
money, I
see.
should say.
He moved there for the memes. So that's really
For
what it
the
puts it.
lols and for the memes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this guy who I met introduced me to the game Zombicide. Have you
Zombicide.
guys?
I see.
Yeah, and essentially what it is, it's basically like Dungeons and Dragons,
Hmm.
except it's like impromptu. It's like you just whip out the board game and then you just start like what they call campaign. So you have these squares that you put together into like to form a map depending on the campaign. If you flip them over, it's like a different square, so you can make different maps using like all these map pieces. And what it is, it's a co-op game. Everyone plays against the game. So every turn, like zombies will spawn and they'll walk towards your character, and each individual character has individual skills. Like you could be like a swordsman or archer, and you're fending off these zombies. And it's actually pretty fun. Like a good game would take about like actually our last game took about 2 hours, but it was fun.
So it's like a zombie
Mm-hmm.
Dungeons and Dragons like simulator or something.
Yep, essentially yes.
And it was a board game, you
Wait.
said, or was it a
Yeah,
Yeah, is this a board game or an online game?
it's a board game. Now that you asked that, I'm thinking that there should be some sort of online game. Well,
You know
I
what?
mean
You
there
could
is, right?
just like get a webcam, point it at it, and stream it online, and then it's a web game. And then like,
Exactly, exactly. That's what
That's
I told you
right.
guys. That's what I said.
uh,
Yeah, I definitely would have to do that.
I cannot upload the picture. I don't even know if I'm connected to the thing. Discord, go away with your terms of service. Discord always trying to push their terms of service when no one's looking, so that they think that they can just get one over on you. See, that's one of
Yeah,
those things. It's Yeah, can I just tweet at them? Like, we have a Twitter now, so we might as well just send them a tweet. So, let me see
pretty
if we can.
much.
Let me see if I can add a window capture of of an actual window, and see if we can actually. Yeah, see, no, it doesn't show anything. It's just black. So it's like it doesn't even show the screen capture sensor multi-adapter compatibility. No, no, OBS, it's not doing it. It's not wanting to capture Google Chrome. So. Yeah, we can't
Here,
do
I
it.
tweeted at him. There you go.
So, yeah. See two new tweets. Don't know what else we got here. So wait, who do we tweet it to though? Um,
I tweeted the Discord app.
Discord app.
I
Oh,
assume that's who. Yeah,
hmm.
it's time to ditch Skype and TeamSpeak.
Okay.
That Discord is the only free and secure voice. Secure. That's very funny.
Although the thing is, I don't think it would count as secure. It wouldn't count as free from the way Stalin would mean it, when it's like free, because you can't access its source code, as I understand it. All right. So you know what? At everyone was sent out by Paradox Crocs, and I don't know his Twitter user. So,
It's just Paradox Crocs, I think. I know this guy.
you know him like IRL? Like,
No, not IRL. We're on a lot of the same Discord servers. Here, I can
okay.
even.
Do there exist Discord stalkers, and like where they just follow people to different Discords, and then like maybe sometimes it goes a little too far, and then you have to call in the Discord bully hunters to come up here and like and then go and stalk the Discord stalker, and then stab them in the back with a knife. I tried doing that in VR chat, trying to be a bully hunter, but it really just didn't work out because I didn't have a knife. And even if you get an avatar that carries a knife, I couldn't figure out a way to use it because I don't have the headset. I only have the keyboard and mouse, and like there's no like a hotkey for like a stabbing motion or anything like that. So,
You can totally do it.
it's not easy, being a bully hunter on VR chat. It's quite the challenge, and you know what?
Yeah,
It might be because I'm streaming. That's maybe why, and it might be too much bandwidth. I think that might be the case. So we can always
it
just
could be the
search.
case. Did you
Yeah.
ever get anyone as a bully hunter? Did you ever own someone?
No, because I couldn't figure out how to use a
Destroy
knife
them?
in VR chat. Like I only did bully hunting in VR chat, where I managed to get up behind someone, but then I can't do anything. So it's like, yeah, you could get up behind somebody and you got your knife and you're right there, and then they turn around and they're saying, "What are you doing?" And I'll be like, "Oh, you stop bullying that guy." Like, yeah, that was it. So,
Did you ever consider verbally abusing them?
No, 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 no. The guy
The,
was being verbally abusive to someone else, or not even verbally abusive. He
Oh,
was just being like slightly disrespectful, like towards somebody else. And I guess that's like enough to be a bully hunter. Like bully hunting is like it's not about going after like the big offenders, right? Because like the big crimes, people just get admins to take care of that, and like people then the company has to release a patch, to fix the server, to stop the hackers and all that stuff. But what the bully hunters focus more on is, as I understand it, they focus more on people who use language that people dislike because it's less respectful than is the requisite amount of respect to be given to another player that you're shooting at in a video game or attempting to kill. So, that's how my understanding of it. So yeah, I don't really have enough bandwidth to be running Twitter. Can you even hear what I'm saying right now? Like, am I even connected in Discord?
yes, I can hear what you're saying.
Hmm. All right, that's cool. All right, so yeah, um, I think we'd already talked enough about the bully hunters and this um, internet nostalgia. The last topic that I have for today is Tamagotchis and pet rocks. Now, when I was a kid, they said that the Tamagotchi was basically the same thing as a pet rock. They said that it was just like a marketing way to get people to buy something that was like cheaply made. As I understood it, though, the pet rock didn't really have like um, it didn't really have electronics inside of it. Like, how did they get the pet rock to do stuff? Like, how did they get it to hatch out of the egg and and then evolve and then turn into like
wait,
a
what? It
different?
hatch out of eggs?
Well, that's what the
I've
Tamagotchi
never
did.
heard of
Well,
this.
the Tamagotchi would hatch out of an egg and then it would evolve, and you have to feed it and stuff. And I was told as a child that the pet rock was basically the same thing. It was just this marketing fad that they manufactured to get people to buy into it. And when I look at the pictures of the pet rock, I see like a rock that has been decorated, but I didn't ever see any videos like chronicling the functionality of the pet rock, where it like hatches from an egg and then it evolves into like a different kind of rock. Like I couldn't see
Yeah.
like I don't know
So
like
the pet rock is totally stupid, and Tamagotchis are awesome. That is the difference.
yeah, but I was told that they were the same, so that would mean that the pet rock also hatches from an egg, like maybe like, but it looks like a 3D thing, so I guess it was more like a hatchimal. So I guess like in the 1960s or 50s or whenever this came out, like they had pretty good technology for toys back then. So it was like the pet rock. Uh,
Yeah, nothing's hatching from this piece of shit. I'm googling it right now.
Googling the pet
No,
rock.
you're thinking of something different. Because
Well,
pet
I
rock
am.
is literally just a rock that comes in a box.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
A meme gift.
they were saying that like the Tamagotchi was the same thing, and I'm like, okay, so like it had electronic components, it had an LCD screen, it was programmed so that like it has like a little character that has to be taken care of, and hatches from an egg. So I guess that the pet rock was exactly like the Tamagotchi, but without any of the functionality ever, and that's the same thing. So if I were to go back to like these adults from my childhood, and they said like I guess I could sell them a computer, but instead of a computer, I could just like put like a bunch of rocks inside of it, and it's like, well, these are the same thing as electrical components, and you can use it to do calculations, like you could use it to build an abacus, and and then you could do math with it. So I suppose for them that's what computers are. It's just like a box of rocks and like maybe some sticks, and then you could use it to do math, and it's the same exact thing, right? I mean, it's not as much RAM, but it's the same.
Yeah, someone's head's full of rocks.
Yeah. So this is
It
what they
is.
were saying in school when they were being very critical of the of Tamagotchis for some reason. I don't know why they just really disliked Tamagotchis, the little egg shaped thing, and yeah, they just really disliked it. Um, they had it out for that product. Like that product in particular, I remember like the teachers and people had such vitriol for it. I think the only one to come close would be Harry Potter. Okay, it's saying I'm disconnected. What's going on here? All right, we'll reconvene. Hold on one second.